Alright. Alright, it looks like it's working, kind of, sort of, maybe. Yeah, it takes a long time to update that. You know, like, I'm supposed to be able to see this from, like, the creator view on mobile. It takes, like, a super long time to, like, update. Like, if I'm sitting here and it's just sort of spinning. But it takes a while to actually start showing your... Did stream just die? Is that the problem? Yeah. It's like, I like to be able to just confirm that I'm actually live here. Hello? No? Alright, great. It seems to be working. Alright, well anyway, welcome back. I know I have my corner cam back in play again. I know it's blocking part of my, like, you know, I'm like, well, it's blocking my health bar and stamina and whatever, and then I'm like, you know, who actually cares? I don't know. I mean, if you actually, like, want to know if my character is low on health, like, you start getting that red haze around the edges of the screen when you're very low on health, is like that starts sort of throbbing. So at least that's one way to tell. But, I don't know, I just feel like I'm just going back to sort of doing what I want here. Like, one of the things that I want to not do... Like, I've been rethinking my streaming strategy a little bit. And I had kind of, like... I tried switching it up with Destiny 2 lately. You know, another game that has, like, dailies and a battle pass and, like, theoretically has something to do every day. I just don't know if, like, the stuff that I do every day in that game makes, like, you know... I don't know if it makes good content, and, like, you know, I was kind of... But, I mean, the larger issue is that, like, it's... I mean, you know, why start worrying about that now? But anyway, the larger issue is that I don't want to start, like, sometimes at the end of stream I'll be like, oh, I promise I'll do something different next time, and then I don't stream for a week because I'm like, I just really just want to go back and play the same game again, and now I'm like, well, now I got to think of something different, and all the other games that I have available, I'm just not feeling them, you know? Like, I don't really want to change it up. You know, if I'm happy doing what I'm doing, why not just keep doing it, you know? So, I mean, if I'm actually getting burned out on it, that's one thing, but just changing it up because I'm worried that everyone else is burned out on it, it feels like I've really kind of only spiting myself here. So, I mean, from now on, it's just like, you know, still a variety streamer, sort of, technically on paper, but, I mean, you know, if I want to do, like, 20 Oblivion streams in a row, I'll do 20 Oblivion streams in a row, or this, or whatever, you know. It just, like, every night when I go to go stream something, I'll just figure it out as I go. Because, you know, it's not like my sponsors or that I don't have are demanding otherwise or something. So that seems like a more reasonable plan going forward from this. Or going backwards from this. I mean, you know, you can go both ways. I'm flexible. Giggity. Let's see. I don't know why I'm carrying 2 extra suits of armor here. I probably meant to drop that off somewhere. And I'm carrying the Zath, like, Hoochie-Mama armor, so... Probably not what I wanted to have, like, right on me right now. It's probably for in case I bring additional friends into the fold here. What am I going to do with all these insects? This next time I go to my base where I have fish traps, I can, like, drop them in there. Let's see, what do I have on me? I've done a few streams of Conan, like, well, not a few streams. I've done a few sessions of Conan Exiles off stream since the last time I streamed this. Got kind of mixed results. I've actually made some good progress on some stuff. but I managed to lose a couple of followers, and I lost. Hurts a little more than that is I lost a mount. I mean, it's not like it's from a resource standpoint. It's not the end of the world because I have 4 horses. I lost one of them trying to do mounted combat against a dragon, which actually kind of almost worked. I was kind of doing it on the spur of the moment. Like, frankly, if I went there with more arrows, I would have won because I ran out of arrows, and I'm like, well, let me just dismount and finish him off, and that took longer than I thought. And then I was kind of fumbling because it's not like I had to keep like trying to get distance so I could like go into the menu and poison my weapons again. And meanwhile, my horse was chasing me around, and while every time I dodged the fire breath, my horse was like running right behind me trying to catch up. So guess what happened? And by the time I realized that, and I was like, oh, maybe I should back off, but I'm like, I'm so close to just getting this over with, and the horse lost the last little bit of health before the dragon did. So unfortunate. So I'm going to try and not do anything like that again. Where the hell am I going? Oh, just running past these goats because I don't need to keep knocking these guys down every time I go past here. I don't need that much meat. I'm running out of room in all my freezers anyway. Yeah, so other than that, I mean, it's been uneventful around here, slow week, and just been feeling a little shitty. I mean, now that it's October and it's officially Halloween season, I'm perking up a little bit. Probably, I think both of those streams are gone, so I may as well just say it here, just in case everyone wonders, didn't I see you stream Destiny 2? It's like, yeah, you didn't imagine it if you happen to see that. The VODs are gone because the first one, I didn't realize that OBS was not capturing the game. So it was like 2 hours of really good gameplay that all anyone else saw of it but me was a black screen. So that was a little disappointing when I checked out of that stream and I went to go check the VOD. I was a little disappointed in that. And I should have seen that coming because the friend who got me into this game had talked about exactly having basically exactly the same problems with OBS that I ended up having, and I should have taken that as a warning and been like, let me do a test stream and watch my own channel on my phone for a second. I mean, single monitor problems. I keep resisting getting a second monitor because first of all, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm on a tiny little computer desk in the dining room over here. But also it's just I don't like all the other technical complications and whatever that come with having 2 monitors, since I play a lot of old games that will freak out if they, and just not handle it well. So I don't know why it's possible to poison these things that are probably like silicon-based life forms or whatever, but I'm not going to argue with it. Because there are some enemies in this game you can't poison, but they're not immune. I don't know why. You basically, you never get flesh or anything from harvesting them, so I'm assuming they're rock all the way through, so where the poison is actually going is a good question. Because they don't have a bloodstream. Yeah, so I did grab a lot of new, I grabbed some new followers. Well, some of them were ones I already had. I had 2 Sumerian berserkers who were taking frickin' forever on the Wheel of Pain, who finally finished, and I think part of the reason was I think at some point they ran out of food and I never visited that base again to put more gruel in the thing. So that was why, that was one of the reasons that it took longer than it needed to. But I've got 2 of those, and supposedly they're the best, well, as far as flesh and blood thralls and not all the new undead stuff. But, they're probably the best human thralls in the game. Or human followers. Or so I'm told, anyway. It depends on how much you believe YouTube guides that sort of, like to overplay balance issues for clicks. Alright. Wow, I'm like frying my feet over here. I should probably actually just pop a bandage before I go anywhere else. It'd be very stupid if I managed to die just running across this like snow-covered lava here. Been through here 100 times. I can't remember the last time I actually died here, or if I've ever even died here once, but I do manage to hurt myself a lot, because sometimes I get careless and I don't time these jumps properly. Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to, like, you know, I feel like, you know, starting to feel like streaming is kind of like Dead by Daylight. It's like, it's more fun the less serious you take it. I mean, you know, I kind of had a good laugh at myself for, you know, screwing up that thing with Destiny. But then, like, I did another Destiny 2 stream, and I'm like, I got everything to work because I did display capture, and then, of course, I was just in a sour mood because, you know, nothing was going right, and I'm like, man, that last stream that nobody saw, I was really doing well, and now I'm not, and blah, 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 and I don't think anybody wants to hear that. You know, who cares? First world problems. Let's, you know, get over it and move on. So here's my 2 bazookas. I gave manly warrior names. I've got a legendary blacksmith up here with the damage bonus, and a legendary carpenter with the damage bonus. I grabbed her from the volcano. I think I grabbed him. Did I grab him from the volcano too, or was he from the Highlands area? I don't quite remember. And I've got a bunch of people on the wheel over at the... oh, and I've got Risa the Brutal as a taskmaster. So, I broke her in over at the, what do you call it, by where the aqueduct is, my aqueduct base, and brought her over here, so now I have a, you know, because I already have a legendary taskmaster over there, so now I have one here as well, although I have a really tiny wheel because this was like, you had to see me trying to place this thing, because it looks like there's plenty of room, and the game is like, nah, no there isn't. You're imagining that. So I had to, like, just do that thing where you're just sort of, like, wiggling the outline back and forth by, like, an inch until it sort of, until the game says for a fraction of a second that you can place it. It's fun. You know. For some values of fun. But I got it in there, so... So now I have this available, but this is only for one at a time. But how often am I going to drag someone back from the volcano, honestly? Because that is a really, really awful area to try to get thralls out of. Actually, the one target that I was kind of interested in is that there's apparently, I've seen a legendary sorcerer up there. Whether I can actually get him without dying like an idiot is a wonderful question, which we might have an answer to someday. Let me put some of these armors away. I don't know why I'm carrying all this junk on me here. Now, since I'm not even really messing with the sorcery, it's more a bragging rights thing than anything else. Just curiosity at this point. And also I have, yeah, this is a really good saddle, so I did salvage it from my poor belated, my poor deceased horse, apparently, so. And laid the carcass between those, like, trees in front of the animal pen by the aqueduct base, as is my custom. This is the custom of my people. Yeah, poor furry bastard. What am I going to do here? Well, I have this for healing without spice if I need it. And why am I doing this? Do I have any refrigerator room here? I think I used it all up on stupid shit. Yeah, I made a million honey glazed roast for some reason. Must have seemed like a good idea at the time. Cooked some pork rinds for my berserkers because supposedly that's like the one true food according to the leveling guides and whatever, and it's not like I really care. I found out that, like, I mean, I can only speak for before the 3.0 and or before the update, but I found that, like, you know, I could either follow the guides and try to do the efficient leveling for thralls and whatnot, or I could just sort of wing it. And the ones that I just wing it with, like, end up with, like, about the same or better stats anyway. So, like, I remember the first rhino that I raised, I think, had, like, some more health than the second one, even though, like, the first one I was just feeding it whatever, and the second one I was, like, trying to feed it, like, the best food for stats and so on. So that makes me kind of think that, like, you know, maybe it's, you know, maybe I should just sort of go with what I got, but I do happen to have a lot of pork rinds anyway, because I stashed a whole bunch of pork from killing boar at some point. I don't really have much else to do right now except for, like, try and look for trouble, so put ice in here. Just going to use a little spicy food until I get up to the volcano area, because otherwise I'm going to have a little trouble. I probably want to put something on here that I could knock someone out with, so let me put that in a slot where I can reach it. So, yeah, I lost the Sorcher Eye Gouger, whatever his name is. He died in the volcano area, and Cathebria Featherstep also died in the, like, she died when I needed a bearer to bring me. I mean, that was like a legacy version of her anyway that could never level, so I mean, I know where to get her again, like if I want to farm her. I actually tried to farm her, but I got ended up with a different bearer instead. I can see you hiding over there, buddy. Yeah, that's hot. I'm very hot right now. I'm trying to take some ice to get that temperature down. Have I touched my bed? I don't remember if I touched my bed. Let me just run back real quick, because I'm going to feel really dumb if I end up at my star metal farming base, like by Skyfall Ridge or whatever. If this goes poorly, which it might, very likely. There's no use putting a bedroll around this area because, you know, I'm going to respawn naked in an area that's either too hot or too cold for me to survive with no gear. So I really, you know, if anything goes wrong, I am going to have to respawn at my base so I can at least grab something to keep me alive. See, that happens real quick, even with armor. I think it's because when they redid all of the stats, like, I kind of got used to some of the perks for certain statistics that, you know, like either, like things like the one that negates food poisoning and the one that, you know, mostly, like, that halves all the temperature effects on you. And now without those, it's like a little bit different. You got to be a little bit more careful. Spawn point updated. Did I leave food in here? No, I didn't. That's spices. What about this campfire? Nope, that's seeds. Yeah, something funny about the Zath armor is that I was dyeing a new set to replace one that I lost when I, like, died somewhere that my, like, where I lost Cathebria Featherstep was I was trying to use, like, you know, I've talked at length about how stupid the obsidian weapons in the Volcanic Forge are. I tried to go make obsidian anyway, just because I felt like I needed something to do, and I was just curious, like, how hard is that to actually accomplish? Turns out it's pretty friggin' hard, at least if you like not dying, because the serpent men between you and the Volcanic Forge and their cultists will kill you pretty quick. I think they really meant for that to be like you go in with your whole clan or whatever and just overwhelm them. And then secure the area while you do that. And, you know, soloing it is no joke. Especially since it's like, you know, you're going to need a bearer or something because you just can't possibly have enough encumbrance to really carry enough obsidian with you to make it worth the trip. Like, if you just need tiny amounts of obsidian for something, like you just want to make one weapon or a few arrows for some reason, you're probably better off farming the votaries of Skylos and just throwing their obsidian weapons. You either get obsidian weapons you find from them and either repair them or throw them in a dismantling bench to get the bars. Because, you know, in my humble, non-professional opinion, the Volcanic Forge is bullshit. I don't know why it exists and why they made it so hard to get such a mediocre resource at this. Maybe they were better at some point or another, but they're not. You know, I don't see the if you have star metal available, I don't see the point. If you even have hardened steel available, I don't see the point. And you would have to have those to be able to get this far, so again, call it pointless. I don't know what's going on over here. Hello. Actually considering getting the pass for this, but I don't know. It's like I sort of don't really need most of the recipes. I don't know if I want them cluttering in my inventory. There are a few things that are cosmetic that look really nice, like some of the war paints and stuff, and some of the furniture looks kind of neat, but I don't know if it's so neat that, like, and also it's kind of like the DVD battle pass that, like, if you actually make it to the end, you're like every so many levels you're also getting, oh, I have you. Awkward. But if you're here, then who's at my, you know what, never mind. There are many things about this place that do not make sense. It's one of the nice things about, like, you know, if you do manage to lose your unique named waifu, you can get another one theoretically. Oh crap, I don't want this thing following me. If you do aggro one of these, lure them over to the wall where the obsidian nodes are and just bonk them over here. At least that won't piss anyone else off, because they didn't see me do that. If you actually fight them in front of, like, those people or those people, they will immediately attack you. See, that's one of the problems. That, like, if this named sorcerer is actually here, let me see if this is the guy. Is this the guy? No, it's just Darfari Sorcerer 2. Yeah, it's also Darfari Sorcerer. There's one that, like, is kind of like the same outfit. I don't know if they're Darfari Sorcerer or from a different group, but there's someone you can find over here who's named. I think I have a screenshot of him I uploaded somewhere. Also, this is one of the potential daily challenges you can get, is to visit this place. Like, once you just come up to this paved area here, that counts as close enough. You don't actually have to do anything else. You don't even have to talk to that guy. Let me see what dailies I have, out of morbid curiosity. Dance at the Pagoda of Boundless Lusts. Well, that has me written all over it. Crafted armor piece. Defeat. I mean, if I have 5 XP multipliers, let's try and do the really good ones and not like do like rare and legendary and not just do... I mean, completely Cinder a Rhino is ridiculous, though, unless I actually tried to do that and I realized the problem is that with this, I can, like with a Star Metal Warhammer, I can kill a rhino in 2 hits. So by the time I've done 2 secondary attacks on a rhino, they're already gone. So that doesn't really help me. Because they won't be able to survive me trying to put 5 stacks on them that way. So unless I go there with an iron mace or something just to nerf myself, that's not happening. And the ones like, just harvest wood or harvest stone 10 times, I mean, those are easy, but they're also, don't have a lot of value. Pagoda of Boundless Lusts I'm tempted by because I haven't been to my jungle zone in such a long time that I don't remember what I have over there. I know I have one pretty decent base. Wonder if running over here is far enough to get those guys to change. I mean, it's not like if you know an area where a named thrall can potentially appear, it's not that hard to farm them in this because you really only have to run for like half a minute to get far away enough that the game like replaces everyone with new random choices. Now I haven't gone far enough, they're all the same. If I run back to like maybe like down there where I climbed up from, that would probably do it. I might have to experiment a little bit to see how far I gotta go. I hope that rock nose doesn't come back. Just run over by these people. Like, this is all still nobody. This is still relatively non-combat areas. Like they won't attack you on sight over here. Just go over this far. Let's see if this was far enough. I might still be too close. I don't think they reset anybody up there yet. Also, I think there might be a hostile over here, but I don't remember. No, nobody here attacks. They're all friendly. I mean, I'm eventually going to run out of ice, so I shouldn't do this all day. I didn't bring that much ice with me. I only have 31 pieces. I don't think that was far enough either. These guys are all looks like it's still the same guys. I know that going out that other entrance, there are hostiles directly outside there. Like, they will attack you on sight. So let me be a little more careful. If I go down these stairs and then this way, I can go all the way over to here. I think this should be far enough. If I go where these people are hanging out. I think they changed since I came up here, so let me see if that was far enough. Because if it's different ones, that means the game replaced them when I went that far. So if I go, now that I've come this far back, maybe they replace the ones up there. And that's how I got, I was trying to reform, I'll just call her Kathy, because I can never pronounce her name. Kathy Featherstep, whatever, you know. But she's a Nordheimer named bearer, like tier 4 bearer. And I know an area where named ones appear, so I kept running back and forth. But I got a different, I didn't get her, but I got a different named one. Still the same. Still the same. Alright. This isn't working out the way I thought it would. I think I just didn't notice who was up there the first time I climbed up. I don't think they actually changed. I don't know what the magic distance is to get the game to re-roll people, but I guess we'll figure it out. Like she's still over here. Almost ran off a cliff into lava. That would have been hilarious. Just scoot down here. Take this nice, convenient path along the cliffside here, which I completely forgot about and was like having a lot of trouble navigating this area because I completely forgot this existed for many visits to this zone. Because sometimes my brain is just on autopilot and not paying attention.
What can I get you? May set.
Alright. It actually starts getting cold as soon as you go over here. This counts as the edge of the zone for that. This has got to be far enough. If I go back up there again and it's still the same people, I figure out that my plan is not working. Maybe this zone doesn't do it the same as the overworld zones do. Because I was doing that over by that one tower near, in the Nordheimer area, near around, like, whatever the name of that city is that I always forget the name of. But, it's also one of the ones you can visit for a challenge. But there's a big round city with a lot of watchtowers around it. And then there's, like, scattered across the landscape along the edge of that plateau, there are more watchtowers, and one of those always has a bearer, and the bearer has a chance to be one of their, like, sort of heroes. So, alright, well, she's still here, so that's not far enough to reset her. Right now, I don't even know if I'm wanting to try to fight this guy right now. I'm just testing if this is a viable farming strategy. So far, it's not looking too good. I think it's all the same people. Okay, they changed. Hyborian Sorcerer 3. And, okay. Well, I think they changed everyone up here, so if I run that far back and back again here, then in theory I have another chance to another roll of the dice to see if I get someone I want. As an alchemist, which is only tier 1, that doesn't help me that much. I mean, I could always use an alchemist, but yeah. So I hope stream quality is good for everyone. Let's see. I'm always a little nervous making that jump because some of this area looks a little bit the same, and I don't want to jump off the part that doesn't have anything but lava under it. That would be bad. Yeah, so like I took my I took Kathy Featherstep and my a whole bunch of. The problem is I brought like also I ended up losing 3 stacks of steel because that's how much I brought with me. And a bunch of the obsidian is nothing because you can mine like 10 stacks of obsidian like easy peasy in an hour, like, or less. That takes nothing. But you need that, so like you need to combine that with the steel to make it in the volcanic forge to make obsidian bars. The steel hurts a little bit. I mean, it's like, I know it's just ironstone and steel fire, and you can make more, but it's I basically gathered up all the steel that I happen to have from like all my other bases that hadn't been made into hardened steel yet or used for steel reinforcements or what have you. And it kind of went around. Well, I should still have more at my jungle base, actually. But I ended up having to go farm a bunch of iron and, like, craft more steel and whatnot. I'm going to see if I can try and make 1 stack of obsidian bars. Just be a little less ambitious this time. But I made a lot of tactical mistakes. Like, we were doing so well up until we were, like, literally within sight of the forge. And then those last, like, there's a Serpent Man mini-boss, and he has 4 humans backing him up. And they just completely wrecked us that I couldn't do anything. Like, I had brought healing, I had brought poisons, I had brought a lot of stuff to try to help, and, like, I barely got to use any of it. It was just over so fast. Because she's just, like, she's a legacy bearer, and she was just, like, it wasn't, like, a level 20 with, like, good armor or anything. She just went down too fast. And then, like, there was nobody to take damage for me, so... Hyborian Sorcerer 3... Hyborian Sorcerer 3. Okay, so it works that they're getting re-rolled, but... just not the ones I'm looking for. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's distance and not just time. Like, if I just stand here for 2 hours, I think it's going to be the same guys. I think you have to be a certain distance away that the game sort of, like, stops caring which ones it rolled. And it, like, refreshes the area when you come back. Where am I going? Let's see. This is one of the cooler environment designs in the game, so I don't mind running back and forth through this a few times. It's so neat to look at. I really appreciate the craftsmanship of this game. Like, I mean, for all of its flaws and all of its ongoing glitches and whatever. Oh, hey, Duckmat, welcome to the channel. Nice to see you. I hope you haven't been there too long that I didn't notice you, or I don't know if you just jumped. I don't know if you just jumped in now, but nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you dropping by. Yeah, I'm just the reason I'm running back and forth like a silly person here is that I'm trying to see if those people standing up by the set priest up there, like if one of them will change into a legendary sorcerer. Like, I'm trying to get the game to re-roll them until I get what I want, and then maybe I'll try to capture them, or maybe not, depending on how much I think I can get away with that without actually dying. Because the first time I tried it, they kind of instantly destroyed me over here, so that might... whatever I did last time, I'm going to have to try to do something different. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Or night, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, this thing is back again. I'm just going to lure him over here so I can bonk him without upsetting all the guards. Alright. Oh, he did that to me. I kind of hate when they, It is cool that they gave him a special attack, though. Rock noses used to be, like, the most boring, enemies in the game. Like, they basically had one attack. They would just run up and butt you with their horn, and that was basically all they had. And now they do all, like, you know, they do, like, elemental breath, and, like, they shake their spikes at you and stuff, and it's kind of neat. They do charge attacks. Makes them a little more interesting to fight. I mean, the old rock noses, you could, like, knock them down all day in your sleep. Yeah, they're still here. All right. I'm gonna run out of ice at some point, so that's going to cut short my farming expedition here. I also have no idea how hard that guy is to actually knock out once I do find him. Last time it didn't go so well. See, I almost did it. I almost, like, tried to scoot down that thinking it was this part up here. And, that would have got toasty real quick. Also, I think nightfall is approaching, and it's going to be a little harder to see what I'm doing. Yeah, so, like, I appreciate this game. It's kind of sad that it's getting, like, because of the whole monetization thing, they're kind of getting review bombed on Steam right now, because everyone's throwing a tantrum over the Battle Pass. I mean, it's like, I get it, I understand that, like, you know, a lot of games do have, like, fairly sleazy monetization schemes. I just don't think they should all be tarred with the same brush. I think what they're doing here is actually pretty reasonable, considering that they have to run live servers 24/7 for this to really be useful as a multiplayer game for most players. And that's not perfect either. You know, the official servers have problems with cheaters, and they have, you know, and with connection issues, and with, like, moderation of, like, you know, DMs deciding, like, where it's fair to build and where it isn't fair to build to cut off resources or whatnot. And a lot of people are, you know, I mean, I haven't been on the official servers, but apparently there's a lot of room for improvement there. So every time I look, there's not really even that many of them out there, which is kind of, I don't know if I'm looking for them wrong or something. I know that they used to have a lot more, and they ended up cutting them down because they just had too many servers to manage, which I think is part of why so many people were getting away with shenanigans. But I don't know. I'm pretty much okay with everything it did with the game, and I think the update brought so many good things that are just sort of being ignored in favor of that, you know, like that shouting match over the, you know, over the Battle Pass thing. That, you know, they fixed so much stuff about crafting, they fixed so much stuff about leveling and advancement. And, you know, the new attribute system is arguably a lot better. It gives you more flexibility of what kind of build you want to do, because the attribute quests don't escalate as you, like it used to be, like, you know, the lower levels of an attribute were cheaper, and then it just gets more and more expensive, that, like, you can't really max out an attribute unless you want to completely tank everything else. And now they kind of fixed that, so it's like, that's a little more reasonable. You know, the construction hammer is, like, that we don't have, like, actually has its whole like own interface now that we don't have to craft building pieces anymore, and you can basically just, once you have the resources, you can just sort of slap stuff into place, and it's all neatly organized in menus instead of scrolling through a million little icons. And there's and they made thrall capabilities reasonable, that like you can still, like, if you want to max out authority, you can still have the you can still sort of like have the super thralls of like before, or close to it. It's just they're not base kit anymore. Like, you actually have to specialize in like making your thralls stronger, because your authority attribute governs their damage and so on. I don't know. I think overall it's like a lot of steps. It's like maybe they took a few steps backwards in some things, and I know there's still some glitches with stuff, but I mean, it's a lot of steps in the right direction, and I feel like they're, it's kind of sad that that's not what anyone seems to want to talk about right now. I feel like they did some good work here. And I used to like, when they started doing some of the updates that made big changes to this, I was honestly one of the people who was like most annoyed about some of the things they did, because I kind of had like sort of unrealistic expectations that this was going to be sort of a canned solo experience like Skyrim or something that sort of wasn't going to change that much. And like, I mean, I was kind of playing it like that, but it's it was meant more as a multiplayer game than as more for multi than solo. So I mean, I kind of get that. That and eventually, like, a lot of the changes were also were buggy, and they had to keep changing and fixing stuff until they got it right. But it is kind of weird to me still, because I still remember when, like, you bought a game on CD-ROM and that was it, and it was just never going to change, unless maybe their website would release a patch to fix like really critical issues if there were like something bad that you have to download over your modem and install yourself. But I mean, the idea of a game is sort of like the whole like game is live service thing, like where it's like sort of the company is going to keep changing and changing stuff like long after you've bought the game and started playing it and invested time and money in it. I mean, it's still honestly a little weird to me, but it seems like I don't think it's a bad thing I don't think it's as, I mean, it certainly has its downsides, because like there are lots of ways that they could abuse that if they want to, but I don't think that like that means that I don't think that just means that the model itself is abusive. I think it can be good or bad depending on what the developers do with it. But anyway, I don't want to just go in circles about that all day. I'd probably just leave it at that. I'm just saying, I'm still pretty happy with it. I'm probably happier now with the game than I've ever been. Still trying out, still got new things to try out now and new cosmetics to get and whatnot, so. And also, I noticed that there were some graphics glitches that I was having before that I don't seem to have anymore. So I don't know, I don't know what they changed there, but whatever they changed, I'm pretty happy about that too, because I could never nail down why I was getting like certain weird artifacts when I was the graphics shifting in certain areas when I was climbing and whatnot. I'm gonna keep almost doing that as long as I keep talking to myself and not paying attention to the map. So, like, the rule I'm holding myself to for right now on the battle pass is that I'm probably not going to buy into it unless I actually get to the end. Because I don't want to, like, pay for it and then be like, oh, well, now I have to grind before the thing runs out. Although, really, you know, I've come to take a relaxed view of most of these things. Like, you know, I think I used to care more about that stuff than I do now. It's like now, it's like if I miss out on something, it's like, you know, limited time offer or whatnot. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of cool with that. You know, I don't want to ruin everything I have by sort of obsessing over the things I don't have, if you know what I mean. It's like, I remember I was doing another game that has that was Stream Raiders. I did like when they did that sort of Candyland themed event. I went into that and I bought the pass, and I actually, like, you know, I gifted enough skins to get the exclusive skin gifting skins, and I was like grinding to the end, and I really wanted to 100% it, and I missed like one skin. I never got that Churro Centurion at the end. It would have been pretty cool to have, but I don't know if they're ever going to make that available again in some other form, or replay the event or whatnot. But I guess we'll see if the game is still around in a few years. You know, you never know with any of these games. Another good reason not to get overly invested in time, money, or emotion in these things is that, you know, you never know when they're kind of not going to be here anymore, or that you'll just burn out on it, and like maybe the game will still be here but you won't. Like, I used to do a lot of grinding for stuff in Spiral Knights for stuff, and then like I just sort of stopped playing it for a few years. So, like, how much does what I had on those characters actually matter when I sort of hardly ever play the game very seriously anymore? Every now and then I'll go back, play a couple hours in that just to see if I, like, you know, do one of the boss missions, or do the arcade, which is like the procedurally generated dungeon. If I see a nice one that, like, or I'll do one of the daily missions. But, you know, that's something that's one of those games that I just every now and then, like, I log in to see if it's still there. And same thing with Kingdom of Loathing. I used to, like, be really grindy about that, and now I'm like, you know. So, like, having seen these things come and go, it's sort of like, it's hard for me to get, like, very excited about, like, oh no, my fear of missing out. It's like, yeah, but, you know, I've been in and out of so many games like this that it's like, I know that it's probably, you know, it probably just doesn't matter that much. It's like if I do like some ARP at like 99% of this battle pass and miss the end of it, or if I do 10% of it. You know, I mean, the important thing is to have fun, you know, and to challenge yourself, and to find interesting ways to overcome the challenges they give you. I'm kind of glad that it still gives me something to do here, because I sort of like, it's like after the point where like I was so built up and so established, especially once I killed the purges and there was nothing sort of like, wasn't like that constant struggle against entropy that somebody's going to come and knock all your bases down in a minute. You know, it's like I kind of felt like, okay, like, you know, now it's just like, you know, now it's just sort of like virtual dollhouse. So, like, you know, sort of what am I doing here? But I mean, the combat is still fun though. I still like a lot of what they've done with it, and I like just, you know, just that it gives me sort of, I guess, an excuse, not that I need one, to go back through, you know, explore some of my favorite areas again. Like, I haven't been to the pagoda in a while because I already have the religion and the emote and whatever, so, you know, I don't really need anything from that area, but it'd be fun to visit it again in a little bit. I'm down to 14 ice. I should probably, if I don't see this guy this time, I should probably just get out of here. Let me see. Very tempted to try and capture him, though. So what else did I get? I mean, I have another horse in a stable because I picked up that one horse on one of my other streams and, like, dropped it in my stable back by Shattered Bridge. So I have a replacement horsey I could level. That's something to do there. Try not to get this one killed, hopefully. Yeah, we're... seems to like spawning the same few guys over and over again here. Well, let's see. Oh, here we go again. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, he's running me over already. Come on, let's do this. I'm not even mining that. I don't want to weigh myself down. Hey, buddy. I think by the time I finish this last checkup there, I'm going to be, my ice is going to be in the single digits, and I should probably just retreat. Ooh, hello. Do I have you? I think I had you once and I lost you. Well, this is getting tempting. I'm pretty sure I had her once and I got her killed. But, I mean, I'm probably about to get myself killed, but we'll see what happens. You don't mind, right? I mean, if I, well, yeah, you probably do mind. I should probably get rid of you first. Sorry about this. She's also going to kick my ass if I'm not careful. I also don't want to knock her, or for her to knock me into lava. That would be bad too. Yeah, let's just both of us avoid the lava if we can help it. What do you think? Can we agree on that much if we're going to do this? Also, why are you running that way? Come here. Oh, ma'am. Are you memeing this for TikTok? What are you doing? Come on. Actually, this kind of makes it easier for if she's going to do this. I think that I pushed her off the walkable path here, and I think that's what's confusing the computer right now. I actually need to like let her recover and maybe see if I can get her to come up here or something. Alright, she tethered. Oh, she got... Oh, they get all their stun back now, too. It used to be that now, if they tethered, they got health but not stun, and that was exploitable. And that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Or at least not today. I have no idea why she's stuck like this. I know that people have reported the AI as being a little wacky lately. Alright, now she's fighting me. She probably shouldn't be falling for this, but I mean, that's, that I think is normal behavior, actually. She got it all back, damn it. Alright. I know it's possible to get her. I've done this before. Let me just try and knock her away from this problem area. And so, yeah, Risa did the same thing when she tried to fight me without her weapons for some reason. And like I've known that's another glitch sometimes, is that sometimes they forget to whip a weapon out until, like, part of the way through the fight. I think I got her this time. Probably winning this one. As long as I don't run out of stamina before she's down, I probably get her. Alright, I missed a swing there. That might have cost me. Please don't fall through the floor. Damn it. This could be dangerous. That was close. I need to patch myself up a little bit. That was a little too spicy. Glad I brought bandages. Now I just gotta get her back to the wheel. Everyone else hears all this, like, you know, sounds of battle and whatnot, and they're like, oh, it must have been the wind. Yeah, this is perfectly normal. I'm just dragging one of your buddies off to be, you know, tied to a wheel. No, don't stop me or anything. It's cool. Set said it's okay. I don't know if you can still accidentally kill the person you're dragging by dragging them over lava, but I'm trying not to do that anyway. I know they made followers immune to the lava effects because they were getting problems where, you know, obviously follower AI being what it is, they were almost useless in areas like this because you just couldn't keep them alive, because they would just, like, you'd climb somewhere and they would, like, try to warp after you, and they would just, like, warp right into lava and just stand in it. I might have to get rid of this thing, as I think it's going to try and follow me to my base, and I don't want all of my thralls to, like, panic and start running around in circles. There. There we go. I remember her being really good, so if I already have one of her that I haven't even been using, I'm gonna laugh, but I think this is a big win. Yeah, this is kind of how the I tried to get Kathy Featherstep back, and I couldn't get her, so I ended up getting someone else. Actually, I got two someone else's, actually, because I got another. There's a male named bearer that I got that I don't remember his name. I think something Goatfoot or whatever. And did I start the wheel or did I not? Let me see. I didn't start it. Okay, cool. Face the Wayfarer. Alright. Alright, that's pretty cool. I've got enough gruel in here for like 14 hours. Even if some of it decays, it should still be pretty close to that. So, at least I don't have to worry about this running out before she's done. Probably. Probably put this away and put a torch back there. I've experimented with using the blunted arrows, and the problem is that, like, once you're at my level, it's like the blunted arrows don't do much damage, but the bow damage still counts, so you end up, like, sometimes killing people before you actually knock them out with it. So that's not always the best route. I mean, there are a few characters that, like, near the beginning zone where it's like, if I try to capture one of the random mini bosses that appears, like, right by Shattered Bridge on that little island fighting the crocodile, I will, like, almost never be able to capture them, because even just a couple of hits from, like, my steel truncheon, like, just the base damage from my strength keeps, like, killing them before they get knocked out. Well, although those are probably weak enough that's probably telling me that I shouldn't be trying to capture them anyway, because they're too weak for my current level to really be useful. Alright, so that's another follower on the way. I have a... it's her... Yeah, I mean, you know, continuing my grand tradition of silly names, but it's a Defari Bearer 3 that I got from the Nordheimer area when I was trying to farm Kathy again. And she's got some nice armor and some pork rinds and lasting feast. Star metal weapons, just in case she needs to defend herself here. 1700 health is not bad to start with at level 0. I don't know if the names, like the tier 4 bearers, have more slots, but I mean, this is already more slots than I'm ever really going to use on a bearer. Like, really, if all the bearers even had 10 slots, I think that would be perfectly sufficient. I don't think they even need to give them this many. Because, like, like the animal followers only get, like, only get 10. Human followers get 5. Or most of the normal ones, anyway. But it's a little ridiculous that you can put, like, 20 stacks of... I mean, it's already ridiculous enough that you can make, like, one animal or one person carry, like, 10 stacks of ironstone. They shouldn't be able to carry, like, 20 or 25. I just don't think it's balanced. It's a little too easy to get too many resources back to base too quick. Should take more trips than that. You gotta slow your roll a little bit. Got some spoiled meat I can drop in here. Also, I dropped a beehive over here just so I can make recipes that need honey. There we go. Bring some spare clothing with me here. I forgot I had this. Where do I want to go next? I mean, I could take her somewhere and try to level her. I don't know where I would go that wasn't, like, too easy or too dangerous. You gotta find that balance, you gotta find a sweet spot there, like where, it's not taking forever, but you're not, like, risking losing them every time you go out. I remember one follower I had that I was, like, trying to get her to 20. I think it was Dina the Huntress, and I ended up having to reacquire her. But, like, I think she was, like, level 18. I was like, well, let me go into that Nordheimer city that, like, visiting it as the journey step and whatever. And why can't I remember the stupid name of it? Let's just look it up on the map. New Azagarth. Thank you. Yeah, so, like, why not just go into New Azagarth, and there's a lot of high-level enemies, and they just cornered and destroyed her, like, just, like, right after she gained, like, level 19. So, and I couldn't do shit about it. I just wasn't strong enough to stop them. It just, like, got too many of them after us too fast. So that was kind of a big loss there. Although the other thing I've noticed about my level 20 followers is that since I'm always want to be leveling someone, when somebody reaches level 20, I very rarely ever use them again unless I need them for a dungeon that I can't survive on my own or something. So a lot of them, it's basically becoming bragging rights. It's EPing at this point to be like how many level 20 followers I have. It probably doesn't matter that much. And level 20 gets you your last perk, but then sometimes your last perk is something incredibly stupid, like your archer gets nearsighted or whatever. It's like, gee, thanks a lot. I'm glad I gained 20 levels for that. I wonder how much they've addressed that, actually. I don't know how much they've changed that in the Thrall rework and whatever. I mean, they reworked basically everything about this. And a lot of it really needed it. And I'm glad they did. You know, I mean, I really used to be like I went into this when they first started, updating stuff like healing mechanics and the dodge roll and whatever. It's like I was like, no, don't touch anything, don't change anything, just let it be the game I paid for and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, but this is better than the game I paid for now. You know, and I'm glad that they finally got around to fixing a lot of, it's not even stuff that was necessarily broken, but I mean, they've actually expanded upon, Thralls didn't even used to gain levels. It used to be like you got a Thrall, they had X amount of health and stats, and that was it, and they would just never advance. Like, you couldn't train them up to anything. The only thing you could do was get them better gear, or get better Thralls. And now it's like, even like a level 1, like a tier 1 warrior or archer or something that you got near the beginning of the game in the southern desert, you can still you can actually make them pretty formidable if you know what you're doing, and if you don't expect them to do all the work for you and you actually do some teamwork with them, it's not impossible to keep them alive, as long as you don't do dumb things like I do, like drag them into the volcanic forge with with barely any preparation. But anyway, I mean, you shouldn't be able to just sit back and watch your Thrall solo that, because that's ridiculous. It's supposed to be one of the toughest areas in the game. Your Thrall is not supposed to be able to just beat up the arena champion by themselves. In the Warmaker dungeon. It's been a long, strange journey, though. I mean, this game has changed so much since I started. What other challenges do I have today? I kind of want to go to that pagoda, but I'm going to have to, I'm not going all the way there manually, so, you know what, I probably should, I left that saddle here in a chest just to drop encumbrance before I went to do that little experiment up there by the volcano. I should probably get that back. Because I think when I eventually returned, I'm probably going to return along the river toward my Shattered Bridge base, and that's where my other horse is, and I'm probably going to want to put that saddle on it and start training it up. Start leveling them. Right. Cordovan tack and saddle is a little bit of a pain in the ass because you need heart and leather for it. You need epic tier materials. So kind of like the Cordovan Reaver outfit. My cowgirl outfit. Called the cowgirl armor. So I've got Conal the Hammer for my blacksmith, and Jiz, please, whoever this is, but all of her friends pronounce it Frank, for my carpenter. Should be able to make some good weapons and bows and arrows here. Nothing says fantasy like the arbitrary placement of an apostrophe. I know there's an event that I can get involved in. There's some stuff I can try to kill near where the Bridge of the Betrayer is. That super cold bridge I've got to cross. But I'm not going to engage, I think. I mean, as a matter of fact, I should probably put attack nothing instead of guard me, but I like to leave it on guard me just because I will probably forget. Unless there's like a really overwhelming reason that I need them not to attack anyone. Like I'm going to Seprimero. Yeah, so losing my horsey was a little sad, as cause that was avoidable, and I got a little greedy trying to kill that dreg, and I probably could have gotten my horse alive out of there if I abandoned trying to kill that thing and just let it tether. But I did get the challenge done, so, you know. I mean, you know, like my horse got a glorious death in battle and whatnot, but I'd still kind of rather have, like, you know, not gotten it killed that way. Why do I not remember which way I'm going? Okay, I remember which way I'm going here. I got you. I just gotta make sure my buddy doesn't get squashed by undead before she makes it through here. May as well take that. I grabbed that chest, looted that chest so many times before I noticed that there's a second chest right over here too, that you can also get a lot of free stuff out of. Every time you pass this, that's kind of helpful in the right situations. All right. Let's just run. I don't want to get sucked into a fight with undead over here. I hope she's right behind me. You right behind me, honey? Great. Just ignore these jerks. They don't appreciate you like I do. Yeah, they're still after us, but they're too slow. There's an event going on over here. I am not getting involved in this nonsense. No, 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 thank you. I really hope she's coming with and not... No, don't fight them. Don't fight them. Shit. I hope she's not dying back there. Is she coming back? Is she coming to me? She's coming to me. Okay, great. Come back. Leave her alone. I don't like what I have to do to you. Well, she seems like she's enjoying herself at least. God damn it, I don't want her to fucking die already. Get over here. Wow, she's holding her own. She's definitely gonna die if I die. I gotta be careful. It's gonna be close. Alright, let's get out of here. Now. I don't even care what loot they had on them. Yeah, there's going to be two like giant demons that warp in there, and then if you kill those two, there's a boss. I have never actually killed the boss, although I recognize it from, I think I ran into it in that one area of Isle of Sipta where you can, like, summon bosses with the little statuettes. I don't remember what the proper name of that boss is, but wow. Alright, well, we narrowly escaped that little mess. I've got to not ever do that again, though. Holy crap. Let me just take a moment to actually, like, heal and, whew. Should probably put some bandages on her and heal her up if she's not... Yeah, she's only at half. Alright, well, you're doing alright for yourself so far. Here, use one of these. Actually, use that too. You can also use these on followers. A lot of people don't even seem to know that. This is just, I put this campfire here that I've kind of been using as a dump chest for, you know, some of the stuff that I tend to grab in this area. Try not to, like, bring all of the baggage with me everywhere. Let me see if I've discovered that if I come up along this ridge instead of running through all those enemy camps, I can actually avoid most of the encounters between here and my my aqueduct base. And I should probably do that more. Oh, well, there's this thing, but we can definitely handle that. I might actually want to mine this one. Yay, we're both alive. How about that? I think this watchtower is abandoned. Doesn't seem to be anybody minding the store over here. Another camp I can easily do without. A lot of ironstone down there, though. It's good to remember where that is. Trying not to get close enough to bother anyone. Actually kind of happy to be using cam again. You know, I'm still a little bit of a hot mess right now, but feel a little better that I took the whiskers off. They were getting the beard was getting out of control. It's kind of taking over my whole face. I don't really like to keep it that long. I just get lazy and let it go sometimes. I will still have super neckbeard powers regardless. You know, that's not the, not really one of my weaknesses. That'll be fine. Do I want more coal? More coal would actually be pretty handy. Does this guard tower have people, or is this another... This looks like another wrecked guard tower. I don't think anyone's using it. Yeah, this thing's pointless. Okay, I think I remember where this is. I'm trying to see if I can bypass those last few guys between me and the aqueduct entrance. So if I can hop into the lake from over here without alerting them, I can just swim to the aqueduct and she can follow me, and then we can just be out of here without having to fight anyone. I'm really just not in the mood for those guys today. I've almost got her killed once already, so that she was like 0 level and fighting guys over here that really she shouldn't even be going anywhere near. So I can't put that away. All right, there we go. Wonder if she's coming with here. Sometimes they get stuck and don't know how to follow you. Okay, here she is. Yeah, she warped over here. Good, good, good. You know, second time I've titled my stream that I'm doing dailies in this game, and I haven't done a single daily yet. I guess it's the journey and not the destination. One point. I expanded this a little bit, that I put a walkway all the way around it so that I don't have to, I used to have just these little tiles by the elevator at each end, and I slapped a few more foundations in to make it a little more stable. Not that it really matters because nobody's ever going to attack it up here, but, you know, I just didn't like the way it looked, so it looks more like it should actually be standing up. Oh shit. Oh, fuck my life. So, I was trying to jump into the water, like this, which I know from experience is survivable. And I kind of fumbled that a little bit. Let me just go retrieve my everything from my my street pizza over here. Crying out loud. Well, I mean, if you're gonna die somewhere, dying like, you know, 2 inches from your spawn point is probably the best option. Really? Really, game? I'm not even going to talk about it. Exercise left to the student. What's wrong with this picture? Forgetting it does that. Alright. I think I left some bugs in the fish trap over here. Let me see if I have fish. I could put more bugs in too. Split these stacks and make 2 packages to drop in there. Alright, let that run for a while and we'll have more fish. Refill my canteen. Touch this bed so I don't have to do that swan dive to get back to my building anymore. I was making fishy strips, wasn't I? But I might already have enough of those. I actually might just want to stockpile some fish. I think I have too many of these blue fish here. The 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. I don't remember where I got these silver bars from, but I'll probably just throw them in the vault when I get back to one of my bases. I still have ice. I want to put more coal in that thing so that... Yeah, let me see. Make a little bit of glass flasks here. I'm just throwing some of this stuff wherever because I don't feel like carrying it around. Probably just use these golden lotus potions. They're good for raising your stamina. Not like I never need more stamina. I'm running everywhere. I know that I know thralls eat this. They eat cooked fish, so pretty much all the humans, like the standard human diet in this, I think, like you can give them these blue fish as one of their food groups. Once you cook them, of course. I'm very classy when my nose itches on stream. I keep forgetting I have cam on. Ooh, that's nice and cold. It's October, so I have the heat on and the windows closed here, and I'm like feeling a little bit flushed right now. I mean, our heat system is old, so it probably fluctuates a little more than it should. You know, thermostat probably lags a bit. I mean, I think I'm running out of normal food. I might actually even just use this myself. You know, my bearer is still up there. I should probably go get her before she returns to base. So if you leave, if you die, they go to, this, mode they call scouting. They go from following to scouting. And then if you leave them too long without going back to pick them up and, having them follow you again or do something with them, it goes to returning home. And then after a delay, they'll, respawn back at the last place that you told them to stand guard, which was probably in your base. Hopefully. I mean, if you told them to stand guard for a minute out in the wilderness somewhere, you're going to end up needing to use the menu to try to, highlight them on the map and try to figure out what you did with them. Let me see if she's still here. Yeah. Waiting patiently. She's like, did you really just jump off this thing? Yes, I did. We're not going to talk about it. Why don't I just do this the safe way, actually? I gotta be careful where I take her. I mean, she does have actual armor and not, at very least, I'm trying not to have them, as much as, I love my, my badass bikini babes here, it's I'm trying not to have all of them run around in that because it has basically no armor value, so I'm trying, and no stats that really help for combat. The suit that she's wearing right now at least has a melee damage bonus, I believe. Strength weapon damage, yeah, it gives a little percent to that. She doesn't really get much armor out of it, though, I guess because she's low level and her agility isn't high yet. So she's not really getting an agility bonus on that. Honey is just not really the best thing she should be eating because it gives no stat bonuses. Oh, she kind of warps down there because it looked like I was running off the edge. Did I have face... Wow, so I had you already. Well, now I have another one of you in another place. It's like, yeah, it's like quantum tunneling or something. I mean, I also have, she's not the only one that I have two of. I think actually right up here I have, there's a legendary, there's a named Dafari Dancer, a tier 4, that I have, and Cena Hidden Daggers. Yeah, I have two of her. Also, actually, anytime I want to have more than one of... I can have one of Dina, who's a replacement for the original Dina, who I got killed, Dina Master Huntress. But, actually I have to go see... I don't want to go see right now with my thrall following me, because she could get killed, because she's a relatively powerful enemy right now. But, somewhere over yonder by one of those supports over there, there's two Dina in the same place, if I remember correctly. There are two of Dina Master Huntress. Or is it over this way? I don't remember if it's closer to the desert or... I don't know if it's... I don't remember if it's south or north of here. I don't think it's over there, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I'd have to check the map. But yeah, I mean, there's for some reason, I think one of her is supposed to spawn there and two spawn there in my, game for whatever reason. And I don't know if that was a glitch or something that they introduced in an update that didn't take right or something with my existing save. I have no idea. you know, I just work here. I don't know how any of this stuff works. And I don't know why this stopped. Alright, because they ran out of honey bread, that's why. I don't think I have any more honey bread in my fridge. I was going to go check before I start using gruel. I think I'm going to end up using gruel, though, because I forgot how much, in terms of resources it takes to make bread in this. It's significantly more than gruel. Let me just tell you that much. I don't need to be carrying all this right now. Just double check that I touched my bed. I could actually put this back as well. I don't need to be carrying these around everywhere. I have my Bejeweled set for that. I mean, this I use these a lot. The dancer set I still really like, but I don't really. I'm going to keep that as spare clothing in case I respawn here naked and need to wear something. I mean, nice thing with this is that the Bejeweled set now is what has this got? Agility weapon damage. So I mean, that's pretty nice. I wonder what the dancer set has. I haven't really checked if they changed that. This just gives a health bonus. I mean, I already have clothing that gives a health bonus, though. Although it's actually, for some reason, it's more than this, which is actually supposed to be armor. Yeah, this is actually comparable to my Zath outfit, although it weighs less. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I think the clothing, this dancer outfit, I think used to give absolutely nothing in terms of stats, though. So, I mean, at least it's I guess it's better that it gives something, because I don't think it used to give any vitality or agility or anything at all. I think it just was, it was left out of that. Let me go fill these flasks. Nice having a well. All right. These have enough ice in them. Don't know what I was planning on doing with this. I probably should have tried to do some other recipe. I mean, I know this is, oh wait, I have to go get my fish back. I know this is part of her diet, so I can let her carry it. She might need it. I don't think I have anywhere else to put it right now. I can send this back up for next time. I don't want to take her straight through Darfari territory to try to get her home. I don't know if I want to go through all this desert either, though. Oh, right, I'm supposed to go visit the jungle, right? I'm supposed to visit that my jungle base. That's volcano, that's Bridge of the Betrayer. See, sometimes these light up properly and sometimes they don't. I don't know why they do that. I'm trying to remember which spawn point is which here. I remember not liking where that starts. I don't think that's a good place. I could be wrong, though. See, I don't want to start too deep into that area. That's like by the salt flats, like the dried up lake. That's Starfari. That's the arena part. I think maybe this is the closest, maybe. You know what, I'm gonna risk it, but let me make sure that I'm prepared for fights before I go over there, just in case I'm wrong about where I end up. Maybe I shouldn't even have taken her with me for this. Alright, I think this is where I wanted to be. Is she still with me? Where is she? See if we can get down here. Oh, there she is. Okay, good, good, good. I think we can handle these. I don't want to risk her too much, but I don't want her to like stay 0 level forever either, so. I think I need feathers from these more than anything else. Still, some of my bases have almost no feathers in them. Got eggs, that's useful too. Oh. I don't want to go onto that island with all the poisonous snakes on it. Which way is my jungle base again? I'm trying to remember. It's going to be near wherever I mined. Descent of Dagon was, I believe, the part where you can mine silver. Or Eastern, was that Eastern? I'm trying to remember where the heck I was. It's been so long since I was to this part. I think it's definitely west of this, so let's turn around and go this way. Try not to get into too much trouble along the way if we can help it. Worked out pretty well for everyone. Nice haul so far. Here, hold some of these bird heads. All this crap. This bunny is going for a swim. I know where I'm going. I need to go not this side of the water, but the other side. I think if I go right straight into there, that's where you mine silver. If I go along this shoreline for a little bit, get to my base, there's an elevator to get up to the top of the cliff. I have absolutely no memory of what I left over here, except a lot of food and fridges and a lot of chests full of arrows, because I was doing a lot of that at one point. She's still with me. Good, good. I still have animal pens over there. I don't remember if I even left any, like, followers or anything in there. When's the last time I was over here? There's my bonfire. Fish traps. More tissue. Lesser Wheel of Pain. Spider follower. I'm just gonna go check those, before I go up the elevator, I'm just gonna go check the animal pens real quick. I think I even maybe left a vault over here. I don't remember if... I remember building a vault and placing one. I don't remember if I ended up dismantling it or something. I think I tried to put a vault down and I wasn't sure if it was like there was any point to having one here. If I did, it was so long ago that I just honestly don't remember. What? It would be somewhere on this landmass here if I did, and I don't see it anymore, so I guess that answers that then. Anybody in here? Wow, look at all these spider followers. Ooh. I must have left these to craft a long time ago and just forgot they existed. I don't even know where I would place them right now. Unless I'm going to start a new base in the middle of nowhere. Also, thank goodness for, you know, being a solo player with no follower limit. Look at all of my beautiful pets. Until I figure out a solid plan for these, like maybe if I establish a base in a different area, I need to populate it. But right now, it's like I don't want to just slap them down right here and just name them Spider 1 through 10. It's not very exciting. They're safer in there, because I think as long as they're still in the animal pen, they don't have a timer, like they don't expire. Or else, like, I mean, I think it was like 24 hours, so they definitely would have expired by now. Like, if you have them, like, in you're carrying them around in your pocket or something. Zip. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so that, if I just tap this, I think it defaults to move, apparently. And if I hold it, it brings me the menu. Alright. That's actually pretty handy. Like, very often they'll just sort of stand there, like, in a narrow doorway in your base blocking you, and you just gotta, like, move them somewhere, so, you know, it's nice to be able to do that. I would actually kind of rather, like, it defaulted to return sometimes, because a lot of times, like, the most frantic command that I spam, as you saw on the Bridge of the Betrayer back there, is return, 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 because like every time that they get hit, they'll ignore the return command, and you have to, you know, it's hard to get them out of a fight sometimes. Well, I'm coming up on 2 hours. I know that, like, I think I'm going to try to park her here to be safe, because I don't want to get her killed by the Derketo cultists. I forgot I did this. Hi. Could you please just stand guard, like, right over here? That would be ideal, thank you. I don't even remember who I have over here. Let me just update the bed. These eggs are going to expire. I gotta either cook something or, do I have any berries left? I don't think I have berries. Unless they're in the other fridge. I don't have a lot of fridge space up here. Okay. Alright, this is what it is. Yeah, there don't seem to be any berries hiding in any of my storage anywhere either, so... Oh. Yeah, since we did the new building system, that, like, any, since you don't keep certain building pieces in your inventory anymore, now you just get, like, they get salvaged. You get, like, a little, chest that had the materials in them. That brings me a lot of torches I have no idea what to do with now, so... I don't have storage for them here. I remember all of my storage being really tight right now. This, I think, is just ammo. Yep. These I should actually bring with me sometime. This would be really useful in the winter areas. Already starting to lose some of those eggs. Alright, I think I know what I might do here. I know I need eggs, and I don't like having to go farm them from, like, the only other place that I know where they, the only place I know where it's easy to farm eggs is, I think near Galaman's tomb. There's that big coastline with, like, a whole bunch of turtle nests. And then there's also a boss turtle that drops exotic flesh, or can be butchered for exotic flesh. So, like, you can grab a whole bunch of eggs, grab a whole bunch of exotic flesh, and then once you got berries, you can make exotic feast all the time. But I had a whole bunch of them stockpiled at that base, just because I was just sort of looping that for a little while. I might actually just drop some of these in here. just annoying to have a million of these in my inventory. I don't need that many. Do raw eggs give you food poisoning in this? I don't remember. I think you can eat those. Yeah, you can eat raw eggs, apparently. Apparently that's not poisonous for some reason. I don't know why I was so worried about having warming foods over here when, like, I don't really, do anything up here. Okay, all of my followers still seem to be here and not, like, falling through the floor, so that's nice. Try not to disturb the beehives too much. If I had dried berries in, like, one of these things or whatever, they've long since been eaten, so that's not going to be where they are. Still having the ladies up there. Oh yeah, I was able to... I had seeds to grow a bunch in here if I wanted to, right? That's what I was going to do. I don't think I'm ever actually going to act on that plan, though. Actually, I think since then, I've actually took the... Why are these not working? Okay. Sometimes these seem to stick a little bit. Yeah, I remember having a bunch of seeds here, and then I took them somewhere else to use them for a different plot. For something at a different base. If I left them in here, they've long since evaporated. So I might actually just take the eggs here. If I really want to have exotic feast here specifically that bad, I can always just bring a stack with me. But for now, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to end up carrying most of this home. Sorry I'm zoning out a little bit. I have to, like, do some hard thinking about my resources for a moment. Where was that pagoda? It's over here. That's kind of a long hike. I think I'm going to leave her here while I do that. I should be able to survive there and back without too much trouble. can also just scoot down the side of this. I think I'm gonna run to the, if I go around this area with the Dagon guys, it's probably my easiest bet. I'm not going into the Dagon dungeon. I'm not taking the boat to the sunken city or whatever. It's definitely not worth it. Not this run, anyway. Actually, I was wondering, like, you know, I never quite managed to clear that place out, like, because I could kill all the individual bosses, and then you get to that end room where it's like, it's not even a boss rush, it's like they just threw all of the mini-bosses in one room together. Like it's a freaking developer room or something. And you have to fight another boss on top of it, like you have to fight the actual, like, the priestess or whatever, who's extremely formidable. I don't know how they expect anyone to go in there, like, to survive that unless they go in with, like, 100 people. It just seems utterly ridiculous. Because any one of those things can, like, you know, squash you like a bug if you're not careful. Like, just taking down any of those by individually is a nightmare. I hate that they did that. I hate their aim sometimes. Ouchies. I think I actually have to dodge roll if I ever want to not be hit by that. I think I actually have to use the iframes. Seems like their aim is just damn near perfect. Also, this is kind of where I could really use a mount. Can't wait to get my my new horsey back into play. This area also has some of the nicest music in the game. This is just one of my favorite tracks. Oh, there we go. I could wipe out this whole area pretty easily, but that's not what I'm here for. straight. A little overpowered for this. Do I need skins or do I need meat more? I don't know if I really need either of these things, but... yeah. Pagoda should be directly ahead of me up on that cliff. This area around the docks is also where you get a lot of puffball mushrooms. I don't know if I want to fight that thing. I think that's the tough version of the bird. I think that's like the one skull. Hey, bunny. Too bad you can't get one of those as a pet. Or at least I don't think you can anyway. Doesn't seem to be any way to pick them up. Not without mods. Pagoda should be around here somewhere. Yeah, I see their followers hanging out over there. Let's not try to... well, too late. Now they're already mad at me for existing. Go away. Derketo Archpriest. If I were looking for one, this would be amazing. Rude. Nice if there were an easier way to get there, drawing less attention. Who friggin' hit me with that? You bastards. Oh, there you are. Tickle, tickle. Another one. Great. Go away. Nobody cares. I just want to dance here for an achievement or something. Challenge, whatever. Go easy on me. I haven't streamed this in a while. So the last three people didn't learn. Well, now there's a lot of them. This could be a problem. I don't want them making me bleed. That's the problem there. I could actually use 2 cooks. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. Unless I want to die here. What a waste. Everyone's choosing violence on me here. I hear chase music and I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, he's, are we doing this or not? You don't seem too committed. You're like, maybe, maybe not. I mean, you're just gonna stop? That would be awesome, actually. Yeah, if you would just, like, not attack me, I would actually appreciate it. Okay, so he doesn't care suddenly. Alright. We cool? We cool. Great. Well, there's something you don't see every day. Alright.
The twin serpents whisper, and a stranger approaches. Call me priestess. Call me sultana. Call me exalted by the flesh and souls of my people. I sing the lusty hymns to Derketo. I submit to the goddess of pleasure and the queen of the dead, so that all others submit to me.
Sounds like a fun time, really.
May the twin serpents go with you.
Alright, well, before this guy gets mad again, let's see if there's a way to zip down here. Don't have to fight all them again. Probably if I were to come all the way here and just climb up that back wall, at least now I know that's the easy way. That would probably have saved me a lot of trouble, all things considered. So I just need to come from this direction next time. Yeah, that would be a lot better. Just cross the water from this side of the docks. And that would be, yeah, that would be the optimal route. You could fight more of those, more of these things over here, but it's enough of that for now. Let's get going. We should be home in no time at this rate. I don't know if I need to interact with that. I think I'm good. I think that was just a treasure chest. Oh, I was trying to catch a deer. I going home or... Alright, okay. Okay, we got this. I think once I reach my base, I need to go see what we're doing for dinner. Because everyone kind of ghosted me on that. And I don't know where we're ordering from or whatever, so... Sunday night and nobody really feels like cooking, so... Yeah, this is the way I came. I might actually just let that clusterfuck over there play itself out. Honestly, those salamanders are jerks. This is definitely not my problem. Is that coming or... Yeah, it's coming. Great. Well, I looked up real quick there. I saw that, like, that little flash of the textures loading in. I've noticed that since the update, that, like, they must have changed a little something about the graphics engine, but that's such a minor thing, because the only time I normally see it during a session is when I'm loading in. Like, when I load into my character, like, standing by my bed, usually, like, a few things will be purple for, like, a second before the textures finish loading. And that's perfectly fine. Like, the much more annoying bugs, like the stuff, like, where you're climbing a mountain and it keeps, like, changing shape as you get, like, near the top. You know, as you, like, turn the camera. Like, that bug seems to have been squashed, so... That I'm actually very happy about, because that was one of my big pet peeves for a while. Hope you like this outfit. I dyed it myself. I had to make a new one because I lost the other one at the Volcanic Forge. I've also noticed that the Zath armor doesn't have as many available die slots, but I think it's actually I think they might have improved that, because I think every piece had some die slots that, like, didn't actually really do anything because there was parts of the armor you couldn't see, so there was kind of no reason to waste die on it. Oh, they're doing this. Well, some things never change. Yeah, finding your helpers, like, T-posing at their workstations is unfortunately still a thing. I should maybe just let her carry all this stuff for me here. I don't know, what else can I unload here? Well, we're going to be checking out of this area pretty soon anyway. The only other thing I want to do around here before I go back is maybe farm a little bit of silver, because this is the area for that. I don't know. That could probably wait for next session, though. I want to go find out what everyone's plans are here. So, I think I need to get cracking on that. Well, anyway... thanks again for everyone dropping in. It's been nice to be able to do this for you all again. You know, I kind of miss this game. I know I've done a lot of content with it, but, you know, kind of never gets old for me. So, as I've discussed earlier, like, I'm not promising, like, either next stream could be the same game, next stream could be a different game. It's a surprise. Everyone loves surprises. I'm just going to leave it up to that and just sort of play it by ear as I go. Because I feel like that's, you know, having more flexibility usually leads to me actually streaming more, and, like, you know, instead of just, like, sitting here thinking about streaming. So, thank you all for, you know, lurking, following, chatting, whatever. My Twitch VOD should be exported to my YouTube channel at some point. Like, this, nothing wrong with this one that I can't export it. So, anyhow, and I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And until we meet again, I will catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Laters.